could, but where are you going to steal it from and not get hunted down?
The bank.
They're in the Pixar It Didn't Happen channel of AIE Discord. If anyone wants to check them later.
Dogs.
Yeah.
Well,
Big fluff poop.
Cats
it
are
looks like
the
South Park.
highest.
Yep.
Cats are the highest life form in domestic use. Dogs are probably second.
I will not argue that.
Because when you think of it, they don't do anything, and yet they get food, they get shelter, they get.
Well, I
Olives
mean,
and cockroaches.
cats can hunt mice and spiders.
Yeah, but they only do it because they want to, not because they have to.
Right. But at some point in time, they probably. But that was an attractive thing, and I think dogs would have once upon a time been. I mean, they still are used for a lot of herding and guarding and other such things. Not that many are useful for that now.
Yeah, the cats hunt the lower life forms because they are predators and they still have that predator instinct.
Now they're trusted and boon companions and just keeping people, not from being alone.
I like the dog in the snowbank.
Dog in the snowbank?
Yeah, he looks like he's sleeping.
Oh, it's one of the pictures.
The picture of there's one of the dog on this blanket, and then there's another picture of the same dog in a pile of snow, and he's just as happy in both of them. It's just really funny.
Is that a yellow lab?
He's a Great Pyrenees, but a mix, not 100%. And then the other one, they don't know what he is.
He definitely looks whiter than yellower. I was at the airport once, and a guy was walking around the airport. A blind guy was walking around the airport, learning how to navigate it. And he had a yellow lab with it, and we were talking about it, and he says, "Yeah, this is a beautiful yellow lab," and I wish I'd said this. I almost said yellow. He's a black lab. I think the guy would have laughed. He was trying to get on the elevator, and he almost ran into someone getting off.
Oh no!
He said, "I can honestly say that I didn't see them." It was very funny.
Oh my goodness! Look at that pup. That's so cute.
She is a contortionist.
Is that just having a stretch, or is that like a sleeping position?
Is that in the Pixar It Didn't Happen? It didn't.
This one's in party chat.
Oh, okay.
Malachi just put it in there.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, somebody broke the dog.
You should add that to the Pixar It Didn't Happen.
Yeah.
There's lots of pets in there.
I know I have some pictures of my cats in there somewhere.
Always welcome.
But cats are absolutely the highest life form because they do absolutely nothing that they don't want to. Dogs will do things that they don't entirely want to because they want to please you. Cats say,
"Is our dog actually a cat?"
Our dog?
Are you meaning the Malachi one?
No, he's talking about our little dog that is super duper spoiled.
Ah.
And pitches a fit whenever he doesn't get his way.
Oh.
Maybe it's half dog and half cat.
Or the cats have been giving him instructions.
So anyway, I don't know if you heard me, but I was suggesting that we have an official note taker if any of you are any good at taking notes. I've tried it before.
I am not.
I
and
told you
horrible
my
at that.
method.
Kenny's the best at taking notes. She's got it all recorded.
Yeah, but that's hard to find things.
I do have a very cute little character notebook from Etsy, and I've got. Oh, never mind. This notebook seems to be for a different character.
So I went through 7 years of college and never took notes. It was
Wow.
a lot easier if I had taken notes. Got my 4-year degree in 7 years.
It's better than 8
No
years.
need to rush.
Well, that was half of a master's degree too, so it wasn't quite as bad.
Well, I was taking notes, but the book that wherever I took them, it wasn't there.
You should have written down where you put it.
Yeah, I should have.
Taking notes on where you took the notes.
Well, I have so many notebooks for different campaigns and for like every WoW expansion of what my skills are and my profession things are and stuff like that.
It sounds like you're the official note taker.
Yeah, except I've just apparently lost the notes. So that's not a good idea.
Do it in a notepad on the computer.
Yep. I've tried
Would
that.
probably be doable.
I've
Well, that's what
taken
Google
some
Docs
notes.
is for, I think.
Or you could do it in a shared Google Doc, and then we'd all have access to it.
Yep. Or I use what do I use? I use Evernote.
Because she's like, my notes, mine.
Evernote works really
No,
well.
I
We're making a
right.
lot of work for Gusty, is what she's saying.
No.
And I'll just today I'm feeling slightly overwhelmed because I volunteered for a bunch of things last night at the guild officer meeting.
Oh, I'll have you
Oh.
know that you didn't volunteer to take notes. I just
There we go.
just
Just said
drafted you.
if someone should, yeah. Well, that's
No,
kind of what happened last night too.
No, I'm not saying you have to do it. It's just that I know I don't take good notes, and it'd be great if someone does.
So I did re-listen to last month's at this point session.
Because I was really careful about noting down every bit of cash that Warrick made. I'll go listen to that again after today.
And I think what it was is we had 3 different places we could go. It was, I think, Umbrage Hill to rescue the midwife, the Dwarven excavation, and was it Gnome Regard, I think, is what I'm seeing on the map.
Oh, and they were all in the same general area.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hadn't we
And
decided to go to the middle one or the furthest one or something and hit the other one on either on the way there or on the way back, something like that?
I think it
sort of remember
was
the midwife might be someone we want to get first because she could do something that would be really helpful.
Right. Yeah, and I think we
Because there's a dragon has been sighted in the area, and we believe it's going to cause imminent danger.
You guys remember much better than I do. There's a lot of background noise coming from somewhere.
No offense.
Probably from me.
No offense, DP. Women are a lot better at remembering things than men are.
Not 100%, but yeah.
No, just in general. I'm not saying every particular person. You can have a man that remembers everything he ever heard, but most of the time, women are going to remember better than the average man.
Yep. And they love having men telling them what they're good at. I know that.
Yeah, don't do that.
I certainly try.
Well, we like to remember stuff because we're going to hold it against you later.
Yeah, so do they remember stuff other than just what their husbands have done? I know they remember what their husbands have done. Forever.
And it's important to be able to remind your kids what they need to do too.
I wonder if my ex-wife still remembers all the bad things I did. I bet she
I
does.
definitely remember the bad things that my soon-to-be ex-husband did.
Took me 10 years after we got divorced before I realized that it was partially my fault. But only partially. So what do we got? We have log. No,
Let's
that's not
give
the right place.
Malachi a few minutes to get back to her house and take care
That's
of.
okay. I'm back inside. You go ahead and
Oh.
start. I'll get caught up.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so we have a dwarven excavation to go to, a Nomagard, and Umbridge Hill.
And I believe we were going to go to Umbridge Hill first because that's where the midwife was.
Yep.
And her medical knowledge could be useful depending upon the violence that happens due to the dragons. And the, was it orcs or ogres? Orcs, I think.
And
Yep.
isn't there something currently going on? Is somebody like sick or gonna have a child soon? There was something that somebody needed her right away, and she hasn't been heard from.
She's the potion maker.
Yeah, so we definitely need her
that's
too
right.
because our barbarian likes to get his feet caught on fire and our mage likes to attack chickens.
I didn't attack them.
Don't
They
blame the
attacked-
barbarian for what happened last time.
Chickens are easily offended.
Yeah, they attacked me. I didn't attack them. I was peace loving.
I think you were just trying to get a night's sleep, and they were the ones who
I was
took
just
offense.
starting to light my
Let's just say, if you lay
Right.
down in somebody else's bed and that somebody else comes home,
You will then be called Goldilocks.
I was willing to share the bed with the chickens.
They were not willing to share the bed with you.
just
I
remember
wasn't-
chickens are female, roosters are male. You do not sleep in a female's bed if you weren't invited.
Yeah, but the roosters are the more likely ones to be difficult, frankly. I've been chased by roosters before.
I was totally peaceful. I wasn't even egging them on.
Oh, goodness. It started already. Alright, so we had gone back into the bar after the incident with the fire and the chickens. DP was provided with a free healing potion from the bartender. That was very nice of him. We're probably going to need it. And I think we were getting ready to get on the road.
Yeah, I think we were having breakfast and then
we were finishing up breakfast because we had been eating and then got interrupted by fire.
Okay. Now, the bartender had promised you guys horses. He's gotten you 5 ponies to take care of your ride to wherever you're going.
Oh, that's very nice of him.
They're only rented. Was that Malachi logging back in on her computer, or she left on the phone?
Might have been both. We'll give her a second. I will say I have been looking forward to this.
Oh, yes.
I am surprised at all the people that are just dropping D&D, even though they played it, just because the company that owns it now is being a bunch of.
Worthy of being dropped. Yep. Yeah, my son has, you know, he's any campaign he does going forward is going to be on Pathfinder. He just doesn't trust them.
Oh,
I'm
can you
going
hear
to
me now?
start another yes, I'm going to start another D&D campaign on the 20th with my brother and his stepdaughter. So I'm suspicious, but and if they were to try and D&D Beyond were to try and have a $30 a month, you know, for everything, forget that.
Yeah, right
Let's
now
continue.
my subscription is good for, I think it had just renewed right before the drama happened. So I know they can't raise the cost during the subscription because that would be breaking an illegal agreement, but they could raise it going forward. So we'll see what happens.
What did I miss? My Discord crashed.
No, we were just waiting for Malachi to get back in.
What subscription are you?
Oh, D&D Beyond.
Yeah,
Just
D&D
just
Beyond.
the huge meltdown over Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro.
Oh, okay.
But we are playing a D&D campaign for this one.
Well, they seem to have solved the problem.
I'm trying
I
to be
wouldn't say
cautiously
solved.
optimistic.
Yeah,
They put everything into Creative Commons, which is irrevocable.
supposedly. But
So
they're but D&D is rather well known for their rules lawyers who are going to be staring at this thing with the finest of finest tooth combs.
Which was
well, they
the most ridiculous thing about it is they tried to put changes in a contract for a game full of people who read the contracts.
If they'd done
Yeah.
that for an MMO where people routinely just scroll down and say agree, they'd have gotten away with it.
Exactly.
and they tried to screw over a community that is 90% West Coast liberals.
and also passionate about their free time fun thing that is completely optional and they could drop it at any time.
and hate big corporations in the best of times.
That too.
Yeah, the
Well,
thing
it's just
about
like
Go ahead.
the thing about D&D is that almost all of my D&D materials I bought within the last 2 years. 2 years from now, I could be on a totally different game. They don't have any lock on this community at all.
Yep. So, where we go?
I believe we're heading sort of south-ish from Phandalin to Umbridge Hill.
Yeah, southeast. So this must be where Mrs. Umbridge lives from Harry Potter.
Oh, I sure hope not. That would be a terrible person to deliver your babies.
Give me a second. I'm going to see if I can put a map into Discord.
Okay.
You already put one area map in there that I'm looking at right now.
So do we get to name our ponies?
They're just rentals.
Certainly.
You could ask what the name of the pony is from the person that loans them to us, though.
Okay, I would like to know. What are the names of our ponies? Please.
Mine's named Just Rental.
I'm
I-
going to name
I
Budget.
didn't think a name. Yeah, budget car.
Budget pony.
Alamo, Hertz,
Enterprise.
and Dollar General.
I think this is brilliant. All right. Do we get to roll over which one we get?
I think you can choose
Get a
it.
claim? All right. Warrick's gonna take Hertz, Hertz.
Yeah, after a day in the saddle, you're definitely going to have some hurts.
Exactly.
I don't know if you guys can blow that up, but that's the Sword Coast area where you guys are, and you'll see Phandalin, I think, is down in the bottom right area.
Is this the same map that I already have up?
I can't tell you
This
that.
one
is
doesn't have
Warrick.
the ones that were just shared don't have the marks for where we're going.
Yeah. There's a one farther, if you scroll up, there's another one there that has all the little towns and things.
So our ponies are Hertz, Enterprise, Budget, Rental, and what?
Dollar General.
Well,
Because
I
of
have
course
no,
we are that group, and we're going to like name things like that.
I love it.
I guess once we finish up eating, I will, gather the things that I'm going to need for this journey and head out to where the rental ponies are.
I'll make sure you've all done long rests to start out with.
Oh, we had a long rest before breakfast.
That was the chickens. Yeah.
I know, but you have to click on the long rest thing on D&D Beyond.
Okay.
to set it
Work
in.
just did an animal handling and got a 10. Oops, sorry. Where do I click the long rest?
Up at the very top, but you should be fine because we didn't do anything that would have used spells or anything like that.
Okay, good.
Right, but you might have been playing around with it over the last 2 weeks, and I know I was.
Yeah, everything looks reset. Thank you.
So you rolled a 10, you get +1, which would be an 11, and that is one number below your wisdom check. Hertz runs away.
Oh no. Work's gonna have to chase after him.
That's why I never roll unless I need to.
Alright, so once we're all on the horses and heading in the right direction, what happens next, Ken?
You come upon a small party of orcs, approximately 3 of them. They look a little skinny for what types they are for an orc, and they are blocking the road.
I'll call out, "Hello there, do you mind moving so that we could pass?"
They pull their weapon.
I get off my horse so that it doesn't get hurt and say, "Well, I guess that's your answer."
That escalated quickly.
Yeah.
Wow. They're not gonna
I'm-
move.
I cast mage armor.
You guys need to roll initiative.
So right before we roll initiative, I'm gonna reach out and put my hand on our Goliath, and I'm gonna cast Vigilant Blessing, which will give him advantage on his initiative roll.
I'm going to cast Bardic Inspiration. Oh gosh. On should I roll for who's closest to me?
It's whoever you want.
It's whatever you want because you guys have to make up how your party is traveling.
Right.
So if you're traveling with, let's say, Kenny's character, who's the cleric, or the paladin, which one, or the wizard, who seems to get in all the trouble.
Not a wizard. I'm a sorcerer.
I'm gonna put it on Areks.
Alright, so I rolled initiative of 14. It looks like Eric's is 17.
I rolled
So if
21.
If you can believe it, I forgot to grab my dice, so just grab those.
16 for Warwick.
Let's see. 1 plus 3 for a 4.
So turn order would be Koradis, Areks, Warrick, me, and then Alfhild.
How tall are these orcs?
I'm going to say they're roughly about 6'3", right in that range.
What weapon do I have? Hang on. Inventory. Oh yeah, great axe. I'm gonna stroll forward casually, kind of thumbing my great axe, and look at them and use intimidation to go, do you think this is a really good idea, guys? As I look down on them. So my intimidation roll, I'm assuming that's what you want me to do?
Yes.
Ah, crap. Really?
Wow.
All right.
An orc looks back at you with a sneer, and you turn and run. No, just kidding.
That'd be fair for that roll. Gee.
Right, so Ken, I've got a list of the the initiative order. Do you need me to add anybody into it? And I can paste it into Discord so you can see it.
I believe we have one orc that is very close to Malachi, and then the other two are going to be between what's his name? I got a list here. I wrote it down as you were telling me, but Areks and Warrick.
Yeah, I was going to ask how far they are from us.
Oh no, I was putting it for their initiative rolls as to what round they do things. These orcs are spread out from left to right across the road. Now, I'm assuming that Kenny is in the lead based on her getting off her horse and being right up in the front. You guys just let me know where you guys are standing in relation to where Kenny is.
I would have strolled up and kind of like walked a little past her, but not too far on the left.
Okay.
I've dismounted from my pony and am behind Kinney and if wherever our group was standing or was parked when we stopped, and Kinney confronted them.
Okay, so
So probably like what, 10 feet behind you, 6 feet behind you.
I will flip down off of my horse and
Hang on,
land.
I've got a call.
it might be my mom. Give me a second.
Okay,
No problem.
I will land to Keeney's right.
I'm sorry. Now, Warwick, you were where again?
I've dismounted, but I haven't moved forward, so I
Okay,
would
so
be
you're behind them.
behind the others. Yeah.
Are you on the right-hand side of them, the left-hand side of them?
I would imagine I'm probably just directly behind, because Kinney just walked forward, I believe, right? Oops, Kinney went away. I would say
I dismounted off my horse and sort of moved so that it was a little bit behind me. I believe Koradis had stepped forward a little bit after he dismounted off of his horse
And he's
on his turn.
to your left.
Yeah, and to my left. He had to step away for a moment. My mom needs a little bit of assistance so she doesn't fall. She's
Not a
having
problem.
she's having a bad vertigo day. So he will be back in a moment.
So say I'm probably what, like 4 or 5 feet behind, directly behind Kinney.
You're right back. Door.
At least we're all having our be right back moments right at the same time in the middle of combat.
It seems like.
I'm waiting until I will disrupt people as much as possible when I take my be right back. Because that's how I roll.
But yeah, with my mom's vertigo condition, if she's having a bad day, she's a definite fall risk. So someone has to be with her when she gets out of bed to do anything.
Ooh, I totally relate to her.
Yeah, that's rough.
Although my problem
For your
is
mom, I mean.
my problem is my legs are super weak rather than dizziness. But
Well, and
I've fallen down many times.
I'm not strong enough to catch her if she falls, so he has to do it.
Does she have a walker?
She does, but with vertigo, she's not the walker's not always enough because the room is spinning, so
Yep. She probably doesn't realize she's falling until it's too late.
yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. DP, where did you say you were standing?
I am backing up, so I'm behind everyone.
You're going to be behind everyone, so Warwick stayed with the horses, so you're going to go behind the horses?
Yeah.
Okay.
And probably
To
about
the left, to the right?
20 feet from the orcs, something like that.
And
Are
you going to be to the left or the right of where it is? I'm writing it all down on a piece of paper so I could see where they are and keep track.
I'm just trying to be behind as many people as I can, so probably in the center.
Okay.
And are we going in turn order, or are we just?
Well, we will start. The combat has already started because the first thing was trying to do was intimidation. So I'm waiting to see how he's going to respond because I believe you get, what is it, 3 different actions each round?
You shouldn't. You should have one action. One action, one bonus action, and movement. If you're going by rules as written, at least. Of course, one of the rules as written is that you can change the rules.
you have one action which can be, a spell or something like that. You can cast a cantrip or something similar to it with depending on class, and then you have a reaction thing if you react to something.
Right, that's the bonus action. The action is an attack or a spell. And then bonus action is things that are marked bonus action or reactions. And I assume getting off the horse takes half your movement. That would probably be
No, I'm not
typical.
gonna. That I'm not
I'm
gonna
gonna
worry
say
about.
that we did that before combat started.
I
Okay.
assumed you did it at the same time that Kenny did it to back her up as she's part of your party,
That
Yep.
sounds reasonable.
and it doesn't count as a move. I'm not gonna worry about that. When you move around the field, that will be your move.
Okay.
I did paste the initiative order into the Discord channel so that we have that in case you need it.
That's good. I'm glad our barbarian's going early in the order.
Yeah, but he failed to intimidate them by a lot, so we're gonna see what he does next.
I'm using his intimidation as a reaction to the immediate thing, the immediate threat of the orc. Just so he knows that he has his action that he can do, and then he can have his cantrip or whatever he gets as a paladin.
All right, we can let him know as soon as he gets back upstairs.
Is he like a half orc or what race is Koradis?
He is a Goliath.
Goliath. Okay. He's a big guy.
Yep, with lots of hit points, thankfully, because I have a feeling he's going to need them.
Oh no, are those orcs armed with chickens?
No,
Or
not
do they-
yet.
Yeah, I know that 3 goblins are deadly at level 1, so 3 orcs are going to be horrible. We're doomed.
We're not doomed. Have some faith in your healer, who has only 3 healing spells.
Yeah.
But
Well,
they're
that's more than I thought.
probably low level as well, so I think we'll be fine. I don't think Ken is gonna murder us all our first day.
You
No,
never
this is
know.
day 2.
It's open season now.
Good
Listen,
point.
I just want everybody to have fun. I apologize if somebody happens to die because they ran out of hit points, but that's not my fault.
Just don't run out of hit points.
I'm just trying to make it fun for you and try to put you in situations where you're at least even against the mobs that'll be coming up.
Well, and so part of the fun of this is we want it to be a little bit of a challenge. The risk of something bad happening to our character is part of the game. But if it comes to the point where a character does lose all their hit points and fails their death saving throws, we can figure out what to do next.
Yeah, we haven't invested much in these characters yet. Anyway, yeah, dying is, I don't mind dying. I just don't want to be there when it happens.
But yeah, I have definitely been looking forward to this week.
Oh, yeah. I keep on looking at my character sheet to see all the things I can do.
While we're waiting for your husband to get back, let's see when the next time we can meet is available. Next weekend is not good for me due to my moving. So we wanted to try to do it every 2 weeks. So that would put it to the last weekend of February.
That would be okay for me.
Like the 25th? That would be
I
fine
believe
with
so,
me.
yes.
Let me see what's on the 25th. I am scheduled to clean the litter box then.
I'm sure you could move that to before or after the game.
Yep, I think that should work for me.
Yeah, the 25th should be fine for us as well.
Okay, well, can you go ahead and put that down somewhere, Kenny? And I will post it up in your Discord chat during the week.
And the same time again?
Yes, the time will always be the same, 3:30 Eastern this way, because I know Malachi has things she does in the morning and she doesn't get down until 12, so we got to give her time to get home and eat and take care of her dog.
Okay, I got it in my calendar for the 25th.
I wrote it down as well.
Noted.
Now, I know you have some things coming up, Gusty, so if you need to change that you have to plan like one of your WoW events, just let us know and we'll work around it.
Thank you. There's actually one directly after we finished tonight that was a pop-up thing after I found out that this weekend is AIE's anniversary of founding. AI was formed on February 13th, 2007. It's our Sweet 16.
Oh, what's the event going to be?
Um, I asked in guild chat for suggestions. The Horde side said they wanted to do drunken dragon riding races. So get drunk and then fly around on our dragons. I didn't have enough time to find a good path, so I'm gonna hastily try to decide on that when we finish. And then the Alliance side wanted to kill dragons. So and
How about killing
Are
the
they
dragons
killing the
that people are
dragons
riding?
as a fly?
no,
Yeah.
not the dragons that people are riding. What they wanted to do was do old content like raids or dungeons where we fight dragons. So we'll probably start with the Onyxia, because that's very quick. You just go right to her basically. And then probably do Malagos in the eye. And then Syndragosa, which is at the end of Icecrown Citadel in Wrath. And then there's Grim Batol is a dungeon, and Blackwing Lair were the suggested, but we'll, I'll basically like, okay, who wants to, here's where we're going right now. Do you want to come? No? Okay, whatever group. I mean, you can solo these things. So if we have 3 people or if we have 20 people, we're all good. And then after each one, I'll say, okay, do we want to, continue same group? More people want to join, whatever. And we'll just continue for as long as we have people who want to do it, up until it's time for a new braid.
Dragger is saying that sounds fun. And it does.
Yeah.
That should
Are
be
it-
interesting. I haven't even hit max level yet on a WoW tune.
Well, Onyxia, you could probably do. I don't know what the level would be for that, but if you're, what level are you? You might die, but we could certainly
I'm
arrest you.
65, but I'm on
Oh,
Horde side though,
65.
so
No, that's okay. Well, Horde and Alliance, we can form raid groups with cross faction.
that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yep, as
So
long as you're not queuing, you're good to go.
yeah, so for new braid right now they're doing LFR, so can only be single faction, but as soon as we go to normal with that, we can have cross faction.
All right, so Koradis is back, and it is still your turn. You get to do something after your intimidation was a reaction, Kramer said, so you get to decide what to do next. Are you going to go smack an orc?
Let's see. So that was my attempted intimidation was my bonus action.
It was a reaction to the orcs trying to block your path. You got out and you tried to intimidate them. Now you have an action which you can actually do.
All right, can I use my bonus action to go into a rage?
Is that like a cantrip or something?
It just says as a bonus action, enter a rage up to 1 minute, 10 rounds.
We'll call that your cantrip. Go ahead and do that for your cantrip, and you still have an attack if you want to.
It's
Yeah,
not
I'll
a
go into a.
cantrip, it's an ability.
Yeah, so the way bonus actions work in 5th ed, it's a little bit different than some of the older systems. But you get your movement, your action, and then a bonus action. And your bonus action can be a spell if it's listed as being a bonus action spell, or a cantrip if it's listed as a bonus action cantrip. It'll be tagged as such.
Yeah, it'll say BA after it if it's a bonus action.
Yeah, so rage would be one of those.
Yeah, if you want to keep it simple, be a monk because your action and bonus action are all the same thing at level 1.
But yeah, cantrip is a type of spell. It's just a repeatable spell.
Yeah, I just don't know the term for all of the classes like the fighters would have, or a cleric
Yeah.
or something.
Oh yeah, you'll get there. I mean, this is a new system for you, so it's learning. It's all good.
Yeah, sure.
DP DMs lots of campaigns, so he has some good information.
I believe
Yep.
the last time I played was 2nd edition, and that was only when it just came out.
Well, this one is 2.5 times better than the last one you played on.
Anyhow, did you successfully roll? Oh, okay. You're in your rage. Now, what's your last thing that you like to do, if anything?
I'm looking at my attack. It says unarmed strike. Shouldn't my great axe be equipped?
Go into your inventory. You have to click on the square to equip it.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to take a swing at the guy in the middle. Hopefully I do not roll another 1, but I probably just jinx it.
Oh, I think that hit.
That was not a 1.
No, it was not a 1.
Was it a 2?
It was a 21. 16 plus 5.
I was gonna say, was it a nat 20?
21.
Oh.
Okay, and now roll for damage.
So where are you seeing these rolls?
So on your character sheet,
If you're using D&D Beyond.
Using D&D Beyond, which we are, you should see the rolls sort of pop up at the top of the screen. If you click on that, it'll open a game log on the right-hand side, and it'll show a list of the rolls.
Okay, I've never done that way before.
I don't have the game log open, but I do see them popping up, and that's good enough for me, as long as someone else can keep track of that.
So how do I?
So I
open
hit
the
for
game log?
13.
Okay.
Which
Roll
one
a
did
10. 1d12 plus 3.
Ah, there's
Okay.
game log.
So the middle orc looks like he is suffering a little bit. And the next attack goes to Areks.
Okay.
I do have that correct, right, Areks?
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm going to cast Mind Sliver on that same one that Barbarian has been attacking.
Okay. Just remember it's left orc, middle orc, right orc. It says I'm not giving orcs names.
And this is the middle one, I assume?
Yeah, I
This
attacked the
is the
one in the
middle.
middle.
Okay, so I will do the same one. And Mind Sliver has a intelligence. He's got to do an intelligence save of a DC 13. Let me know if he saved. It's 2 points of damage if he didn't save. Plus it has other effects.
The orc is taking more damage, but
Okay,
he's still
and then,
standing.
and he has and next time he does a saving throw, he has a 1d4 against whatever he rolls till my next turn. That's it for me.
All right, go ahead and roll your damage on the second one.
I only have one attack.
Oh, I thought, never mind. Okay.
Yeah, so it's only 2 points of damage, but if he needs to save again, he'll be in more trouble.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the D4 you're seeing in chat is he has a 1d4 minus to whatever he does.
Right. But only a
Gotcha.
save.
Okay, thank you. The orc in the middle is going to respond. And he is taking a swing at Koradis with his club. Koradis, I want you to try to do a dexterity check to see if you're able to get out of the way athletically.
All right.
Well, join the club.
Probably not.
I crack myself up.
Right, so when you roll your attack dice, Ken, if it is higher than Koradis' armor class, he's going to get smacked.
I rolled a 7 plus 2 for a dex check at 9. So it's probably not high enough.
You are almost out of the way and you suffer 2 points of damage.
Well,
If
so
your armor, what's your armor class?
14.
Okay, you don't take any damage. You get a small dent in your armor.
a little bit of a scuff, huh?
Dang,
Yeah,
dude,
can
you're gonna have
probably
to polish
polish it
that
out.
out later.
Yeah, maybe he likes looking rough.
You soiled your armor.
Okay. The last orc that is over to the right-hand side is now taking a swing at Malachi. What? How do you pronounce your character's name again?
Alfhild, Alfie to her friends.
Alfie. Okay, I'm gonna just call Alfie. I can remember that.
And the game
Because
master,
everyone
of
wants
course,
the DM to be their friend anyway, so.
exactly. That's what I was going to say. Try and butter him up. That's what I say.
Yep.
Well, never mind. He's not going to hit you. He's
That bad of
guy.
a roll, huh?
Let's just say orc on the right had a natural 1, and when he swung his club, it took him off balance, and he's now laying on his back with his head towards you, Malachi.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Okay, the next attack, I believe, goes to
Warrick.
Okay, so there is one who's already taken damage, right?
The middle one.
correct. That's the middle one.
Okay. And does he already have a debuff on him for his next thing?
Against saving throws, yes, a D4.
Okay. Warrick is going to cast Vicious Mockery on the orc who just knocked himself to the ground.
Okay. Now,
And
it
it's
sounds
a
like you're just
wisdom.
gonna laugh at him, right?
What?
Mockery. It just sounds like you're gonna laugh at him.
Or insulting,
What I
yeah.
do, it's a string of insults that can do that does damage. If it's a Wisdom saving throw of 13, and if he fails that, he's going to take 2 points of damage. And Warrick says, "You are not worth the dust which the rude wind blows in your face."
And when you roll the saving throw, roll another d4 and subtract that from whatever he rolls.
Different orc.
Oh, it's a different orc. Okay.
Well, unless being on his back, like prone, does that automatically hit? Does he count as prone?
I don't know. Wouldn't prone be like on a knee?
You're
or
on the
something?
ground. Well, if
That
you're
might be
on the
rolling at
ground,
disadvantage.
Yeah,
You would, I think,
prone
yeah,
will give him
roll at
disadvantage,
disadvantage.
Yeah, so then you would roll twice and take the lower.
but this isn't an attack roll, so it probably shouldn't.
Yeah, so the dude on the ground would roll twice and take the lower.
Yep. That's what disadvantage means.
thank you.
So the orc on the ground has suffered 2 points of damage.
His feelings are hurt.
You see a small tear forming in his eye.
He's remembering back to junior high school when everyone used to mock him.
Now, I believe. How do you pronounce your character's name again? Is it Aldia?
Aldia, yeah.
Okay, it's Aldia's turn. No, don't you get you? Okay, sorry, my bad. Warwick gets 2 more, another chance, I believe. A bonus action?
I can only cast one spell. I don't think I'm going to move. I'll stay there. But since I'm with the ponies, can I sort of like grab their bridle so that they don't wander off amid the fighting? Is
You
that
mean the
okay?
reins?
The reins, thank you.
Yes, of course.
So I'm just holding them lightly and making sure that they don't get scared off.
Alrighty. I'm sorry, and now it is your turn, Aldia.
Okay, so the middle one that Koradis was fighting, is he within range of me or do I have to move to get closer, like for melee range?
You and Koradis are pretty close, so you're within melee range, or just long melee range, and so you have an idea. So, what are you, about 4 meters rather than 3?
Okay,
That is
so
your melee range, right?
5 feet is melee range.
Try to go back to feet. Sorry.
So I will smack him with my warhammer, because why not? So let's see if I can hit him.
Ooh,
Alright,
nice hit.
so my attack roll is an 18, so do I smack him?
Yes. Roll your
Okay.
damage.
And my damage, because I use it one hand, is 1d8, so there you go.
Nice.
Please describe how you have finished off the middle orc.
I haul off and hit him as hard as I absolutely can, right in the chest with the warhammer, to knock him down and kick him out of the game entirely. Not good at describing damage.
Well, you can say that your hammer went right through his chest and crushed his heart, or you
Okay.
hit him in the head and caved in his head. And
So I swung at his chest and shattered all of his ribs and just destroyed him.
Then reached into his chest cavity, pulled out his beating heart, and showed it to him.
No.
Me not that kind of cleric.
Yeah, I'm not mean like I'm
Yeah,
not,
we're not the Temple of Doom cleric.
Yeah, I'm not the Temple of Doom cleric. And that'll be the end of my turn.
okay, now for the left hand orc. Sees the middle orc go down, looks at his buddy who's laying on the ground, He turns and flees.
Not surprised he's got fleas.
Now we come to our monk. Alfie, your turn.
Let's see. How far does he start to get the fleeing one?
He has moved approximately 10 feet away from you right now.
Okay, so he's still well within my range.
You also have to remember you were on the right-hand side of Kenny, and the orc that's on the left-hand side is, further away from you. He's closer to Koradis,
Okay, how far is he from me approximately?
about 10 feet.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
I'm
crossway.
a crazy fast monk.
I'm
That
just
should be no
explaining
problem.
it's at like a diagonal, and you
Yeah,
would
yeah.
have to go over the orc that is laying at your feet.
Well, I don't want to see that one get away, and since the other guy's down, Alfhild will take half a second to look at the one on the ground and go, "That was very ill-advised," and she'll leap in the air and come down. Essentially, she's gonna flip in the air, and she's gonna come down right in front of the orc who's trying to run. And
Do an athletics check to make sure that you keep your balance when you flip in the air and you're coming down.
Hardcore parkour.
let's see, that would be 17 plus 3 for a dirty 20.
Okay, you land perfectly like you planned.
And she is gonna smack him across the chin with her quarterstaff.
Okay.
Let's see, that will be not the best thing she's ever done with her quarterstaff. That would be a. Sorry, just looking for what I add to this. Oh, there we go. Okay. 12. Does a 12 hit him?
You managed to take a swing at him, but it just glances off.
Rats. Okay, so for a bonus action, she goes to hit him with the quarterstaff, but since she misses, she'll come back with an elbow for an unarmed strike bonus action.
Okay.
Oh,
roll.
much better. That's a 23 to hit.
Nice.
Was it a natural 20 or was it less?
No, it's an 18.
Okay.
I'm assuming
And
that hits.
roll for damage. What is your your bare hand or open hand combat damage?
It's a 1d4 plus 3.
Okay.
For 5.
Alrighty. The left hand orc has taken 5 points of damage.
And I don't think I have it yet, but she would otherwise go into her ready stance. Still standing in front of him.
Okay. We're back up to the front, and I believe Cordis, it is your turn.
Oh,
All
but
right.
first, sorry, she says to him, "Not this way, little orc boy."
The one that's on my right, is he prone still, or
He is he has to wait for his turn to get up, but the right orc is still down on the ground, and the middle orc is dead on the ground with his chest caved in, and the left orc has moved approximately 4 feet away from you and has Alfie standing in front of him now, but his back is turned to you, so you would get advantage on a die roll if you attacked the left-hand orc or the right-hand orc because they're both not in a defensive position.
so
And
I'm
I think
gonna
that would mean that I'm flanking with you too.
Yeah.
Which is the same thing.
I'm just going to go over to the prone orc and put my foot on his chest and intimidate him, or try to intimidate him, I guess, and hold my action for, I told you it was a bad idea. So roll intimidation.
Yep.
Come on, not a 1 this time, a 2. Really? So 4.
So our
But
But he is looking up at a 7'6" Goliath.
so
Uh,
I don't know if that's
He thinks he can take you.
apparently.
Goliaths are so cuddly, though.
Well, you know what it is you still got like a little bit of scrambled egg on your face, just there.
Yeah, just
And he
in
can
the
smell
cor-
my foot. Is
in
that the
corner
problem?
of your mouth.
Maybe you're just feeling a burning sensation in your toes.
Oh,
So what does he do?
He's laughing at you.
All right.
That's
Do I? Can I actually attack him now, or was that my action?
Yes, you can.
All right. I just bring my my weapon down on him.
Please don't roll a 1.
he didn't roll a 1.
13, 8 plus 5.
Okay. You managed to hit him. Roll for damage, please.
Uh, 6 plus 3 for 9.
All right. He has suffered some damage. Now, I believe you don't have any more actions because you moved, you
Yeah.
intimidated, and you attacked. Okay. We are moving on to Areks. Your turn.
Okay. The one that's trying to run away, I'm gonna hit with a firebolt.
A fireball, you said, or a pulse?
Firebolt,
Okay. Go ahead.
which is I rolled a 16 and 9 points of damage.
Oh, looks like the attack accidentally rolled twice.
Yeah. Wonder why I did that. Oh,
You have
that's I have it set up to roll twice because I sometimes have
Ah.
advantage, but the first roll is the active one if I'm not having advantage.
No, you do have an advantage because his back is turned to the party.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah,
So
because he
your
was trying to run away.
Yeah,
So then
your
I
fireball hit him square in the back, and he has suffered your damage.
okay, 9 points of damage.
You get to pretend to be a chicken,
Yep.
lighting other people on fire.
Well, he
I'm
did
just-
run away, so you could say he was a chicken.
Yeah.
Very true.
Wearing an orc suit.
Although I don't think we get any good eggs out of this guy.
None I'd want to eat.
Anyhow, do you have any more things you would like to do?
There's a lot of things I'd like to do, but there's nothing I can do.
Okay, that's what I was checking.
Hey, he's not wrong.
We're level 1, you know.
We're up to Warwick, or Warrick. Sorry.
Warrick is going to look at the prone orc and again cast Vicious Mockery on this guy, which I believe will be advantage.
Yes, it is.
It's still a Wisdom DC of 13, and he has disadvantage.
I think we skipped the right orc in the turn order. Just an FYI.
No, he remember he took a swing with his club, missed Malachi, and ended up on his back.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, he
last
hasn't been
round.
able to
We're on-
get up
I
yet.
think he's after me though.
No, he's
Yeah.
after Warwick and before Kenny.
Oh, I've got him in the wrong order on my sheet then. Sorry.
Oh wait, never mind. You're right. You're right. It's not a problem because he's in a disadvantage. position, and he's being pinned down by the Goliath, he was not able to make a move.
I guess that would be the same as being grappled, I suppose, hey?
Yep.
Yeah, probably.
And the other orc
Grappled
that
with
was
feet.
supposed to have a turn is dead. So
Yeah, the middle orc is dead.
Yeah, and he's probably got a disadvantage because of the smell of the feet right on his face there.
Oh, I'd hate having feet anywhere near me. Oh.
he might be catching athlete's chest too.
Yeah.
I
Well, this-
wash.
So wisdom save of 13 points. Did he make that save?
No, he did not.
All right, he's going to take 1 point of psychic damage when he sees Warwick smile, and his pointy teeth look very intimidating, and he says, "One may smile and yet be a villain." "1 point of damage, take it."
You stuff that point of damage right into his mouth and say, swallow it, swallow it.
All
The
right, now we're up
prepubescent bard is more intimidating than the 7'5" Goliath. Great.
to Aldia.
So the left orc is the one that's standing and trying to run away, right?
Correct, and he has his back to you.
And he's flanked by me.
Oh, if he's flanked, I'll use the Warhammer again versus the spell.
I'm assuming he's flanked because I'm right in front of him, so he would need to be, right? Sorry, I don't mean to jump in, but
No, you're in front of him. So you did a flip over the top of him and landed in front of him.
so
Okay.
And I'm
Kenny-
behind him, so
Yeah,
Kenny
so he's
is
flanking.
behind her,
I'm flanking.
behind him, the orc, and a little off to the right.
Yeah, flanking is an optional rule. Are we using that? It's up to Ken.
So what flanking does is it gives advantage on the attacks. So a second roll on the attacks for melee.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, the reasoning is that if you're flanking somebody that like their attention's on the one person who's in their face so that somebody else has an advantage to strike them from a different direction.
Right. I like the flanking rule, but Ken
The whole
hasn't
thing is your
said
whole
that.
party except for Malachi is at advantage because she's right in front of him.
All right. So I'll use the Warhammer again. So that's a 14 on the first roll, and since I have advantage, I get a second roll with it.
Roll 20.
To try to be, that was not better, so I have a 14.
Okay, you're going to hit the mob.
All right, and I will do some damage. So it's 1d8 plus 1, so that's 3 plus 1, 4 damage. I like that I'm rolling basically healing potions in order to damage people, because I've got the healing dice set in D&D Beyond.
Basically, what's going on is this orc is severely hurt.
The one in front of me.
Yes, the one in front of you. And right now, next is it's his turn to do something. So he is going to swing his club at Malachi, who is in front of him. He does a 14 roll. Does that hit you?
No, he misses.
Okay, that his turn. Hang on 1 second. He's going to try to hit you on a backswing. Okay, never mind. He missed that too. All right, now we're up to Malachi's turn.
Okay, as they say on Critical Role, I will do some dope muck shit. I will, let's see. Do we want him? We've got the other guy. If we want to do any interrogating, do we want this guy or no?
Have we been hearing any rumors of like looters or anything like that? Orc looters?
We heard.
Or is this
I
something we
think we
just haven't
have,
like
yeah. That the town was very concerned about stuff. Isn't that one of the things they said?
Yeah,
they
the
were just-
dragons were messing with the orcs, so the orcs were messing with us.
Oh, so this might be just like a faction of the orcs, not all of them.
Yeah.
And that because dragons have been like, driving them out of or harassing them where they live, that's pushing them to, maraud.
Well, we could interrogate one of them and get more information about where the main base, the orc base is. But again,
Well,
we're level 1 and we've got other stuff to do.
Yeah, we had,
Intimidation hasn't been going all that well.
Well, for me, no, that is absolutely true. Thank you for pointing that out. That's awesome.
But we also have one that's prone on the ground already that we can question.
Yeah, that's what I was
That I
thinking.
tried to
We
intimidate and he
question-
laughed at
question
me.
that guy.
We'll
we only
question
have-
the prone one. Do whatever you want to the one on the left.
Okay,
We
so
only-
the
we
one in
only
front of
have-
me, I will attack again with my quarterstaff.
and we only
Wow,
have
and I rolled the
6
same thing
seconds.
again. 7 for a total of 12 to hit.
I don't think I'm getting out.
Just missed it.
Okay, and so for a bonus action, again, same thing. Can't believe I missed with the quarterstaff again, but I'll backhand him with the elbow for an unarmed strike. That is better. That's 16 to hit.
Okay, you hit him. So let's see how much damage you've done.
Can anyone hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we
Yes,
can
now
hear
we
you.
can.
Okay.
Okay, 2 plus 3 for 5.
Please describe to the party how you have managed to off this orc.
Okay, so Alfie missed with her quarterstaff, but kind of swears under her breath a little bit because realizes she better do some practicing, and decides to try and make it look like she meant to do that. So she comes back with her elbow, catches him around the neck, and flips him upside down so that she's kind of holding his neck around his head and cracks her elbow down on her knee to snap his neck.
All right, nice job. And now we are up to Cordis again. Is it Cordis or is it something else?
Koradis.
Koradis. I'm sorry, I apologize.
No
It's
worries.
Koradis. You are, just so you remember, you are standing there with your foot hold on the chest of an orc who can't move.
All right. Can if I push, put a little pressure, put my weight on his chest, will that give me a intimidation advantage, or am I gonna have to try actually, rolling good for a change?
Well, if you did that, it would have to be unarmed combat since you're using your foot to actually, and you'd be inflicting damage to him.
Okay.
And you would just do a damage roll because you're in contact with him. So chances of you missing, no, that's not going to happen. Not this round.
So an unarmed strike.
Unarmed
Am
strike.
So is this for an attack or am I trying to intimidate him? I'm not really sure which what I'm trying to do here.
Well, because it's an attack because your foot is on him and you said you were pushing down. That to me is an attack.
Okay. I didn't roll a 2, so I got a 13 plus 5. I got a plus 5 for my attack. So I like that way anyway. So I got an 18.
Your foot misses. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, Lord.
Okay, go ahead and roll an unarmed combat damage.
Bludgeoning. Undefined 4. Or am I trying to intimidate him, or not intimidate, but like get him to talk or whatever?
Oh, no. Right now you've done damage to him, and you have your last roll. If you want to intimidate him, you have to do an intimidation roll.
Okay, because I did a little bit of damage to him. Can I get a advantage, or again,
Oh,
am I just
you are in advantage state.
You have
all
to
right?
decide whether you're attacking him or intimidating him, though you can't do both.
Well, the first one was
Well,
an unarmed strike on him, which was an attack. This is intimidation now. This is his
so let's see if I can. So it's a 12, and my second one is okay. 18 plus 2 is a 20, so that would be my better roll.
right. So, okay, he's intimidated. He's starting to shake a little bit, like, scared.
Well, he just saw 2 of his friends die too, so um, do we want me to ask him questions, or do we want to ask him as a group, or what?
Hey, big guy, maybe you should just hold him still and we can ask him some questions, eh?
Okay, I'm going to also come out of my rage and good idea.
So, does anybody? You're gonna just have Koradis is going to hold him as if with the way he is now with his foot on him, or you're gonna hold him a different way.
I think
Do we
having
want to
him
bind
lay
him?
there is way more impressive, personally.
Are we leaving combat then?
We're waiting to see what's gonna happen first.
So I will ask him, since dude's prone on the ground,
So
why
we're
are
not
you
in combat.
Hang
'Cause
on.
I was going to attack him if we're still in combat.
Oh, that's right. It is your turn, so you get to decide what to do.
Okay,
I'm still trying to find out how
You
he's being held. If he's going to be held with his foot on his chest, or is he going to be held like you're going to sit him up and like
I think we
way
should
trained?
actually secure him, because
okay.
I'm big and I'm intimidating eventually, but
So we're
letting him
exiting
free.
combat.
I think if we
It-
tie him up, yes, we're ending combat.
Okay. So go ahead. I don't see any reason to interrogate these guys, but if you want to, that's fine.
Well, we can find out if they're like their own splinter group, or if there's like a main orc base camp that we
If
can
he'll
report
tell us
to the.
anything.
Well, yeah, there's that. But if we can give information to the people of Fendalen, I think that'd be a good thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. They would be happy to know what these guys are out here on the road doing these bad things. They will want to know about that. I need some work on my accent. It's confused. It doesn't know whether it's Norse or French.
Maybe you should have some eggs over it.
Maybe.
I like it, whatever it is.
It's Norfrench.
It's Patrick.
So I'm going to go through the bodies of the other ones and go through their pockets and look for
Oh,
whiskey.
you're not
Have-
getting the one in front of me. I'm going to get that one.
Okay, I'll
Have we
look through the
decided to end
pockets of the
combat?
other one.
Yes.
Apparently.
Okay, so you have. What are you doing? Are you securing the orc to something with a rope, or are you securing the orc by having one of your party members basically get out of combat to put his arms around him and secure him?
It's
We should have
basically
both in our packs as a adventuring pack, right?
I
Yeah,
believe
most
there
Yeah.
should be rope.
most of us have rope.
Why don't you tie him to a tree while I'm gonna look and see what this guy's got in his pockets?
Yeah, and I'll go through the other one.
Are we going to question that one?
Yeah, we'll question the one after he's tied up.
Okay. So he is tied up now to
All right,
a tree. So they tied him to a tree, or you guys tied him to a tree.
All right, so now that he's secured, I'll ask him, why are you attacking people?
He looks at you in confusion and says, in Orcish, blah, blah. Anybody speak Orc?
Crap. Do any of us speak Orc?
No, but he was able to speak to us previously, so he can communicate.
Nope, nope, nope. That was the middle guy.
That was the middle one.
dead.
So either this guy doesn't speak common, or he's good at pretending.
Is it under features for languages?
It's
Oh,
under
yeah.
languages.
Yep.
Proficiency in languages.
Oh, I don't have Orc. Darn it.
I don't either.
I don't know
Well,
either.
we're not going to get any information from him. All we can do is let him go and tell his friends where we were.
You're gonna
Or
let
not
him
let
go?
him go.
I really don't want to murder an unarmed, tied individual. That just doesn't seem fair to me.
He's a bandit. If we let him go, he's going to attack someone else and probably kill them.
I have an idea. Let's take all his clothes, tie his hands behind his back, and put does somebody have a nice pink ribbon? We could tie it around his neck and then let him go back and find his friends. If he has any more friends.
I just rolled a deception check and got a 14. And I'm going to say in common, directly in front of him, I think we should cut him up into little pieces and put them out for the animals to find, unless he tells us something useful.
I want everybody in the party roll a perception check.
Where's my perception?
Got a 22.
15.
14.
Evidently that didn't roll for some reason. Let me try that
And I
again.
was rolling a deception check to deceive him, if he can actually understand me.
Yes, but you didn't actually. You make sure you roll a perception check too.
I rolled an 18
As
on my
well?
perception check.
I rolled a dirty 20 on perception.
Okay, you all noticed that his eyes flickered up to look at Warrick.
Seems like he
Warwick
might understand.
smiles. And you can see his pointy tiefling teeth.
Would you like to answer us, or do you want us to follow our blue friend's suggestion?
You know, if you put the pretty pink ribbon on him, I bet his friends would take care of carving him up into little pieces when they find him.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember what your question was, Dankenia.
Why are they attacking people?
For food.
Is there a
That was the
specific
answer.
reason, or is something making you leave for food?
That dragon took our home.
What dragon?
The one that's now living in Icespire.
Can you give us a location? Can you give us, does the dragon have a name that you know of? What do you call it?
Gonna find the answer to that. Hold on.
Do you know why the dragon is in Icespire?
It took our home away from us. And now we struggle looking for food.
There's better ways to find food than robbing people on the road.
Well, we plan to kill you and eat you too.
That didn't work out very well for you, now did it?
Listen, person who can't intimidate.
Nice.
Step on his chest a little bit more. What was that?
He's tied to a tree.
Oh, okay.
Well, you know, I'm a cartographer, and I don't have one place I work. What if can't you go and talk to the people in the town? I bet there's some things strong young orc like yourself could do that you could earn some money and buy some food.
I do what the chieftain tells us to do.
Where's your chieftain?
Dragon's name is Cryovane.
Okay, so the dragon
Can
is
you spell that?
Cryovane.
Oh, old Cryovane. Yeah.
Can you spell that?
It's
Never heard of
Cryovein.
And your chieftain's name?
No, sorry, the chieftain's name. You wouldn't be able to spell it because it's in Orcish, and let's just call him
Like Gugthok or something.
Uglick.
I like your answer. You wouldn't be able to say it anyway.
His name is Ugly?
Uglick. Like
Ah.
Uglik.
Uglick, okay.
I'm
And
just
where
gonna-
would we find your chieftain?
I do not know. He's out wandering in parties like ours.
You must have some place you go to rendezvous and split your loot. Where does he go?
I don't know.
I'm not sure that I believe you. I'm going for the nice person versus Warrick's not nice person, so I'm going to do a persuasion roll and tell him the only way I can make sure that my little blue friend here doesn't chop you up for dinner is if you answer my questions. And of course, my persuasion roll is a 4.
I don't want to eat orcs. They're tough.
Shh.
He is not persuaded, but he still tells you, I don't know.
Can I do a perception check to see if he's lying to me?
Yes.
It would be an insight, actually.
Oh, insight? Okay, I can roll insight instead. Although I critted on the perception.
Well, with your perception check, you can tell that he is not lying.
Alright, he probably doesn't know where his chieftain is or where they're supposed to meet. It's up to you guys what we do with him.
He's a bandit. Slit his throat.
I don't agree with murdering an unarmed individual. I can
Yeah.
He
agree.
has arms.
Yeah,
I
cut off
c-
his arms first.
I can agree with stripping him of everything he has and turning him loose just so that we don't have to deal with him.
We could bring
Finally,
him-
someone is taking my pink ribbon suggestion seriously.
We could bring him back to town and
Yeah, how far are we from town? Can anyone, you
You're
know?
approximately 5 hours
let-
from town.
Oof, no, we can't do that.
and
Yeah,
then
we
they
don't.
can try him and then they'll execute him.
Is anyone able to like do sending or something to we could leave him tied to the tree and send tell someone in the town, like didn't we speak to the mayor or somebody? Not the mayor, but somebody important who sent us on this mission to
You
that
did speak to the mayor.
since we've met him, would anyone be
I-
able to do a sending to
I'm
communicate?
level. I
Yeah.
will have sending, but I'm level 1. I don't have sending yet.
Yeah, I don't have it.
The other part is that we just leaving him to die, tied up and hungry and starve to death.
Let the bears eat him.
That seems more cruel than slitting his throat, frankly.
Yeah.
That's the problem with capturing them alive. You have to decide what to do with them.
How
Alright.
far are we from the
From where?
next town we're going to?
We're going to rescue the midwife.
Oh, and she lives alone at a tower kind of thing, right?
That's
So
Yeah, we're on our
we
way to
couldn't hand
Umberage Hill.
if we took him with us, we couldn't hand him over to somebody else.
Okay, everybody take 5 or 10 minutes at the most. Think about what you want to do with the York here while you all take your 5 to 10 minute break. We'll say 10 minutes, okay?
Sounds good.
So
Sounds
we'll be
good.
back here at 22 after.
All right, that sounds
Sounds
good.
good. Thank you.
I'll see you in a bit. Or maybe 2.
Oh, that's awesome. Like FOLLY?
Yes.
Oh, that's brilliant.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
back.
We're just missing 2.
Oh, Ice Shadow's here.
Okay, then we're missing just missing DP then. You all can discuss your plans on what you want to do, or if you want to wait till DP gets back, that's up to you too.
Warwick would like to speak to them, hopefully out of the orc's earshot. Hey guys, I, um, I know it's probably foolish, but I really don't want to kill someone who's tied up and injured. Maybe we could try to convince him to go back to his chief, and if they're having to flee because of this dragon, maybe we could at least suggest that the orcs tried to work with the people in this area, maybe not, to be allies, but at least to make the case that if both the humans and the orcs are both fighting the dragon, that would be better than fighting each other and letting the dragon clean up what's left. And maybe the orcs would rather go back even to their homes that were destroyed, but they might want to go back to their own lands and reclaim them more than they want to just maraud here.
Do you think the people in the town would help them?
I don't,
That's-
and that's
They're
the thing
orcs.
is, I don't know how far and how long we could trust them. So even if
They're-
we did even if he went to his people, they did a temporary alliance with the town, that alliance would only be temporary. Orcs would not stay loyal for long.
Well, the people in the town might not either, but if they could at least agree not to fight each other and to fight the dragon, that's all
Well,
I'm
getting
saying.
townsfolk to fight the dragon probably isn't going to happen.
Yeah, I
Well,
have a feeling that's.
But if the
that's-
dragon's coming here,
Yeah, we have some tasks that we're trying to accomplish. Let's not get distracted.
okay. I'm
If you
just
want to
saying.
let this guy go, that's fine. We'll probably have to kill him later, but
So, my
and he
thought.
might kill one of us. But
My thought is we strip everything off of him like planned. We let him go to find his own people, and we send him with the message of leave Phandalin alone and the travelers, or we'll be worse than the dragon.
I like your optimism.
yeah, I don't trust orcs to keep any agreement. Just let them go. We can always kill them later.
Alright, so I will. If we're all agreement that we're gonna strip everything off of him and let him go, I'll go over and try. Well, actually, I won't because I am not an intimidating person. I am a persuasive person.
I can intimidate him. I'm a very intimidating person.
Okay, I'll say, all right. So which one of you wants to go over there and threaten him with a fate worse than dragons if the orcs don't leave us alone and let him go?
I can do that.
Yeah, apparently with my roles, you don't want me doing it.
All right,
I'm
so
very good at intimidation.
all right, so we do need to strip everything off of him, and then you need to intimidate him as we let him go.
So yeah, I'll go over to him and tell him that if we see you again, we're going to kill you. Go tell your orc friends to leave the people in Phandalin alone. Fight the dragon. Don't fight us, and we'll be fine.
And we will tie Malachi's pink bow around his neck.
You have
You
to
get
do
what
an
I'm saying?
intimidation roll.
Intimidation. Here we go. 21.
That's a good intimidating roll.
He understands. Now what do you do?
Did Alfie find anything on the orc that used to be the right orc that she killed?
What is the role for that? I'm trying to think if it is.
What are you trying to do?
She's searching the middle. I believe
No, it was the right one that
it
I
was the right-
ended up killing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
No, it was
so
the left one.
the left one. Okay, you are searching the left orc. Is
And
there
I'm
a
searching.
one, or let me see what?
It'd be survival, probably. Maybe sleight of hand, depending on what you want to do.
I think it'd be investigation.
Oh, no,
wouldn't it?
no, it'd be investigation. you're
Look, yeah, roll an investigation check, please.
15 minus 1 for 14.
You
Yeah, and
find
I'm going-
on this particular orc 3 pieces of gold, 12 pieces of silver, and 15 pieces of copper. You also find a parchment.
Ooh, I like
Like-
parchment. Maps are on
like-
parchment.
like a scroll.
It's a rolled up parchment. Well, you don't know if it's a scroll or a parchment, but you know it's a piece of tied up and rolled up paper.
Cool.
Not traditional orc gear.
Okay,
They probably took
Alfie
it
is
from
going to
someone else.
pocket the coins she finds.
Okay, we're not going to share.
I
We
would.
don't know about
I
it.
don't think Alfie would.
Okay,
Alfie killed this orc and she's searching it. And
I'm going to go through the pockets of the other one.
I believe somebody else was doing that already, right? Wasn't there?
Okay, I was earlier.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was UDP. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to make sure we get what you're doing. So, has anybody, when he was over talking to the orc, did anybody else go over and search that body? That's the question.
I would
sorry,
not have.
could I get the it was 3 gold and
3 gold, 12 silver, 15 copper. And then a parchment that was rolled up.
12 silver. Sorry, and how many copper?
15.
15.
Sorry, it took me a while to find where it was on the
Oh, it's okay. No problem.
on D&D Beyond here. Okay, I got it now.
So we're letting the other guy go. Did someone take all his stuff already? Somebody said they
To
did
be
that?
honest, I'm waiting for you to hear what you guys are doing. I mean, it's a bunch of silence right now.
Mhm.
Yeah, how much did I find on the other orc?
You need to do a investigation check.
Okay, I think I already did one, if I remember right.
Yeah, it looks like you did 19.
You find that he has about the same amount of coinage as the last one, 3 pieces of gold, 12 pieces of silver, 15 pieces of copper, and this one has a jewel encrusted dagger that has hidden behind his belt and shirt.
Cool. So I'm going to pocket all this stuff then, since we are not sharing.
I don't think we know each other well enough yet to share.
Do you want to
Sure.
investigate the dagger, or do you want to leave it alone, or are you just going to pocket it for now?
I'm just going to pocket it for now.
Okay.
Alfie will unroll the scroll and walk back towards everybody else to, if she can read it, she'll read it.
It says random level 2 monk ability, which
Ooh,
means that when you get to pick it, you get to scribe it right away.
that is huge.
Oh. Random level 2 monk ability.
Those are
Hey
incredibly
everybody,
rare.
look, I found a coupon.
Nice.
So the one that we're going to let go, I will go over to take everything off of him, and which will let me see what he has on him. So I guess I'm investigating him as I'm stripping him.
Yeah.
Can Warrick go over and stand next to you and assist? Just make sure he doesn't try anything. Just,
I thought the dude's not even wearing clothes, as far as I know.
okay, but he's still tied up.
I rolled a 1.
Okay. You just go through the clothes and throw it on the ground and say, okay, that's it.
While there's there, or is she? Are you leaving?
Well,
Warrick wants
after,
to. Yeah.
yeah, if you want to go through the stuff after I take it off of him, that's fine, because evidently I barely know he's dressed. And why the female cleric ends up being the one stripping him, I don't know.
Oh, you're a medical person, so
All right. So what would I roll to look at the stuff on the ground?
Investigation.
Okay.
and how much experience did we get?
I just got a 4 there.
I think we're doing milestone, not per encounter, right?
No, it's each time you get a milestone thing, it gets done. But however, this is going to level you.
Oh, this will level us?
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay, so we're doing milestone. I like milestone.
So Warwick only rolled a 4 on looking through the gear.
Okay.
Have we untied? Oh yeah, sorry.
You didn't find anything either.
No cash or anything in the pile of gear.
You found nothing.
Well,
Okay.
that's because you and I barely know he's dressed,
Well,
or he was
yeah.
they're closed. So we're just horrible at that.
Either
All right,
that or
so-
you just don't know he's orcs.
Yeah. So since we've taken everything off of him, we'll tie the pink bow around his neck and tell him to go.
Can Warwick do something as before he leaves?
Sure.
He's going to try to whisper in his ear, "Don't come back. Remember what my friend said." And then he's going to try to pass one of his day's rations to the orc without others seeing it. Should I sleight of hand for that?
Yes. Sleight of
I
hand.
wonder where you're gonna put it, because we took all of his clothes.
Well, he could. That was a 15. He could, put it under his armpit. Against holding it. It's just one day's
Pit
rations.
rations.
It's just one day's rations. He can hold it in his hand against his chest or something.
Okay. What did you have to beat for your sleight of hand?
Okay. For
Dexterity check,
dungeon?
or would that be against your dexterity?
Well, so she did the roll, and Warwick ended up with a 15. I think if we're not looking for it, it would be passive. So it'd be our passive perception to see if we notice it.
And you're the only one who's near me.
My passive perception is a 15. I believe tie goes to the person that had to roll. So I wouldn't have noticed because you're...
Maybe you saw me whisper something to him or something, but yeah. But you didn't know what it was, I said.
And to be honest, as a cleric, I probably wouldn't have said anything even if I did notice.
Yeah, I don't
It
particularly
works
care if
perfectly fine. You were able to sneak some rations, and he just gives you a look and a slight nod that you.
So you were the good cop all along.
All right, so now that we've dealt with that, do we want to continue to push forward or do we want to take a rest? Personally, I think we continue to push forward because if we rest, we're sitting ducks if he finds his friends before we get too far.
I hate to ask a technical question, but I've not really used D&D Beyond that much. Does it automatically level stuff up if you change the level?
You'll have to go in and pick the new things, but for the most part, it'll do your stats and stuff. However, usually you wait until a long rest to actually get the level.
Oh, okay.
Versus in the middle of the day. And it's also going to take us all a while to go into our character sheets and pick whatever we want for level 2 and stuff. So it's probably a better thing to do after today's session. That's personal opinion, but it's all up to Ken.
I agree with you.
All right. So are we going to keep moving?
Sounds like a good idea.
All right. I'll walk back over to the horses and grab whichever one I had. I don't remember
I
his
think we
name.
had Enterprise.
Yeah,
I think you
Enterprise.
guys need to do a perception check right now.
Oh, perception? Okay.
Yep.
13.
6.
all of its perception check.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of you, because you're all turning around to, walk back to where you're going, right?
14.
6.
I did my level up already, but
Sorry,
Just
I'm just
because-
undoing mine.
just because I want to have those hit points.
Perception, 15.
All right. Everybody that got a 14 or above notices there are no more ponies. The other ones keep walking like the ponies are still there.
Where'd the ponies go?
What? Did they
You do
steal our
remember-
horses?
You had somebody holding the
I
reins
was,
of the
but
horses,
then I
and then
moved.
they let go to get into combat.
Well, that was after the combat, but yes, I did have to let them go.
Oh, well, I guess we're on foot.
We could look for them.
Now, the next question is, how many of you put supplies on your ponies rather than carrying them on yourself?
I would have been carrying my pack.
Yeah, mine are all in
Yeah,
my
I think as a
backpack.
monk, I would have been carrying all my stuff.
Same.
Same.
Okay. Now,
They probably just started heading back to town, and they likely aren't running.
Warwick, you have to subtract 1 day's ration.
Yes, I have already done that.
Now, the person who has the 19, I forget who that was, or around the 19.
I think the highest we ended up was 15 for Malachi.
It says somebody here had a 19. I just don't.
Oh, that's because DP has it set up where it's rolling twice, so he took the lower of the two because that was the first roll.
Gotcha.
Yep.
All right. So Malachi happens to notice that off in approximately 15 feet from where the orcs were blocking the road inside the brushes and trees is a small chest.
Oh, hey, never mind the ponies. There's a treasure chest over here, I think.
Let's see what's in it.
We'll go over to the chest.
Who can look to see if it might be dangerous?
I believe it's so checking for traps. Is that perception or investigation?
I'm not exactly sure, but I would think that, it's mostly a scout type, or what I'm used to is like a scout thief, somebody in that particular field would be able to look for it to try to unlock it and all
So
that.
sleight of hand would be to open things like lockpicking and disarming stuff. So maybe sleight of hand.
Yeah.
That's if I
Well,
want to open it, but it wouldn't be checking to see if it's trap.
it-
Checking
I
the
would-
manual.
I always use the-
Perception check, I think.
I'm guessing perception.
no, investigation is what I would normally use for checking for traps.
Okay, go ahead and check
Well-
for against investigation.
Perception is like instantaneously noticing something. Investigation is
I'm just looking at what
is when
roll
you're
20 says.
intentionally-
Roll 20 says for 5e it's a perception check. Oh, here's another one. Let's see. Oh, that's Quora. Who cares?
Perception is where you instantaneously notice something. In investigation is where you're actively trying to find things.
That makes
That's true.
sense.
So yeah, roll 20 says a character actively looking for a trap can do a perception check against the trap's DC. Because you can also compare the DC on the trap with the passive wisdom to determine if they just happen to notice it on their own. So
It's up to the DM.
Let's
though.
We're gonna go with perception right now. So do a perception check, Warrick.
I did one before, but I didn't write down because then I rolled an investigation after that, and I don't remember. It was not that great. Did anyone see me do that roll?
Was it 10?
That might have been it. So, I don't think I'm gonna touch it. Like,
You take 3 points of poison damage.
I said I don't think I'm gonna touch it. I just looked at it. Do I get that for just doing a perception check?
You
Okay.
triggered the trap.
Thank you.
so looking at it, you got close enough to make it mad.
Okay.
It's a mimic.
Oh, I hope not. Those things are nasty.
Well, evidently,
wanna try to
whatever's
twist
in
another
here was
trap?
valuable enough that they trapped it. Anyone brave enough to try to open it?
I'm backing away.
I have good decks. I could try and open it.
All right.
Sleight of
Okay.
hand?
Not
Is that what that would
poison.
be?
You gotta disarm. Well, I'm thinking.
Yeah, so disarm would be sleight of hand. That's where that's what lockpicking falls under.
Okay.
$23.
You have disarmed the the trap, and you have unlocked the chest.
What's inside?
Did anybody want to open it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, this is, you guys got to tell me what you're doing so I can. All right. So
I'll open it.
it's inside. You find 4 pieces of parchment rolled up that it's a parchment scroll. You're not sure what exactly it is because they're rolled up. You find a cloak, a short sword, and 35 to looks like 35 different colored gems.
Ooh. Pretty.
Well, this looks like a good haul.
I definitely say we grab the gems and sell them and split the profits. We'll probably want to take a closer look at the sword and the cloak.
And the parchments.
And the parchments.
Does anybody have detect magic?
I don't know. Let me check.
I don't. I'm a sorcerer.
I don't currently have detect magic.
I do not either, but would be
Well,
interested in the cloak or the short sword.
So I'll stuff everything in my bag and say that we'll look further over it later, but we should probably move before the orcs come back.
Sounds
Do
good.
you,
Agreed.
Dan Kenya, do you have like a detect curses or detect good and evil?
Not yet, but we're gonna level soon.
Okay. So you guys are continuing towards Umber.
Do we want to
Dolores
spend
Trail.
any time looking for the horses, or are we just gonna let them go home?
I don't really want to backtrack. I'd rather keep moving. We have a job to do.
Okay.
And the longer we hang around here, the more we risk the orcs coming back.
So Dan Kinney is carrying all of the stuff that was from the treasure chest, correct? But the treasure chest is staying behind.
Yes, because I wouldn't be able to carry the chest as well. So I've got the gems, the sword, the cloak, and the parchment, and we'll look over it when we stop to camp for the night.
Actually,
Okay.
Alfie will offer to carry the parchments.
Okay, sure.
Go ahead and Alfie add 4 parchment pages, I think is what it'll be, to your inventory. Dan Kinney, you go ahead and add the rest of that stuff to your inventory, please. Just way we know where it all is. And I would just, well, I don't know if it can say mystery cloak and mystery short sword or whatever.
Unidentified.
There you go, unidentified.
So there's really no way for me to add an unidentified item to my sheet in D&D Beyond, but I've got it on my notepad and I can paste it into game chat so that we know that I have it.
Okay, sounds good.
Oh, can't you put it in other possessions?
Yeah, you can.
Maybe.
You can just create a like cloak and call it unidentified cloak or something, and put it in your inventory if you like. So Ken, there's an optional rule that says that if you spend an hour with something, you can identify it. I don't know if you want to use that or not. That's a real pain until we get the identify spell that we won't know what things are.
I think right now we're just going to leave it as is and not put that spending an hour with it.
Okay.
Sometimes it's more fun to investigate things by trying them out and things like that.
Right.
Okay. You have been traveling for an additional half hour when you come upon a tower Okay, it's built on the slope of Umbridge Hill. It is an old stone windmill surrounded by an iron fence. A large winged monster with a spiky tail is trying to knock down the windmill's front door. A woman appears in the second floor window, waves at you, and yells, "A little help?"
Is this thing a dragon or is it some other type of monster?
Thinking, would that be No, it wouldn't be investigation. It would be
Insight?
something.
It would be Arcana or history. Or
Yeah,
Maybe
roll-
survival to
roll
see
it.
if you recognize it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
want you to roll to see if anybody recognizes it for the
So
entire
just
party.
like an intelligence roll?
Yes, I think so. Intelligence or wisdom.
I did survival, which is a wisdom roll.
Yeah, if it's an animal, survival is correct.
I
Okay,
know
got
it's
12.
alive.
Yeah. I rolled a 10. I know it's alive.
18.
I believe that the 19 and the 18, and what did you roll on a 20-sided die, Malachi? Because I know I can't see your rolls.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just looking for what to add. Sorry, it was see, I rolled a 13. Was it passive?
So what's your wisdom modifier?
+2.
So that'd be 15?
Guess so.
Okay, you both recognize this as a trying to think of what it's called here, so I'm trying to find manticore.
Ooh.
This should be fun.
I do not want to fight a manticore.
Well, we can reason with it even less than we could reason with the Warrick.
That's for sure.
So I'm going to reach out, tap the barbarian on the shoulder, and cast the spell I have, or the blessing I have that gives him advantage on initiative. Because I can use that as often as I want to. There's no limit. So yeah, I'm going to give him a blessing of initiative.
Areks should still have the bardic inspiration if he didn't use it previously, right?
I didn't know that you gave that to me.
Oops. Okay, well, you've got one from back when we were fighting the orcs.
Cool.
And whoop, oh crap, I just
And
turned
I
off.
still have my mage armor if it's been less than 8 hours, which I assume it is.
So I guess I'm gonna. So after I touch the barbarian, I'm gonna continue to walk forward and yell at the manticore.
Well, first, before we do anything, what is the manticore doing exactly? It's trying to break
down
in,
the
or
door. Trying to break down the door.
Since I already put one on Areks and it's still on him, I'm gonna tap Alfie and give them bardic inspiration now.
Why do I suddenly feel like singing?
All right, so I'm going to so continue to walk forward, and I'm going to yell at the manticore, "Hey you, go away," in my best intimidating voice of nothingness.
Nothingness?
Well, let's see. I have 13 for intimidation, so I doubt he's going to listen to me, but, you know, hope springs eternal. I am an optimist.
head towards you and says, "Give me what I want, and perhaps I may do that."
What do you want?
Food.
Wait, hold on. I thought manticores were like giant lizards. What is this thing again?
Manticore is basically, it's got like a lion's human head type of deal, and it's got a spiked tail and
Poison.
wings.
It's got wings.
The tail is like a scorpion, I think.
Yeah,
And
it's got
nasty,
the
sharp, pointy teeth.
yeah. So it's got the body of a lion, the tail of a scorpion, and the head of a man with a mouth with multiple rows of sharp teeth.
And I think giant dragon type wings. I don't know if they're that long, but they're, scaled down to his body size.
So how far away from this thing are we?
You guys, okay, right now, you guys are about 20 feet away, except for Dankinia, who took 5 feet closer to yell at it. So Dankinia is 15 feet away, and you guys are 20. If you're in a group of people.
Okay, I'm going to. Do we want to roll initiative, or do we want to just let me try doing an athletics thing where I run forward and shove him out of the way from the door, like shoulder block him?
Well, that would definitely have to be if your guys are going to enter to combat, you do an initiative roll, and then that particular thing would be a maneuver that you could do if you were in combat.
All right.
Do we want to fight this thing?
Well,
Maybe
I
we can
I
run it
want to
through
I
ask
don't
it.
know what choices we have.
Said it wants food.
Well, I asked it what it wants.
Yeah, let's see what
And
it
I
wants.
said food.
Okay. Well, we can give it some rations.
I have rations that I can toss your way.
I'm very, very hungry.
I toss it one of my rations. There you go.
Okay, so you both have to deduct 1 day's worth of rations. I need more than this. I have a family.
I toss it another one.
I tossed it a day's rations.
Okay, subtract that from your ration bar, please. DP, that's 2 from you, and you've lost a total of 2 as well.
Yes.
So,
then
are
one
we
for
actually
Right.
keeping track of food and rations? I thought we agreed not to because it was annoying.
Well, yeah, except for
Oh, we had gotten rid
we're
of
actually
how much
doing
you
stuff with
carry,
it.
Okay.
and the weight of coins was not added.
See, in my inventory, I have 1 day's of rations.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
because
should
we
have
didn't
two.
bother to load up on them in the inventory since we weren't keeping track of them.
That's just the title.
We should
You're-
start with 5.
Yeah, yeah.
You
It's,
have 10.
mine
10
says
probably.
10. Yeah, when you open it up.
Oh,
Okay.
10
quantity
Mondays.
10. Never mind.
Yep.
I'll pay
that's
attention
confusing.
someday.
I started with 5, so I'm down to 3 now.
The Manticore gives a slight bow to your group and says, "Thank you. This will hold me for a bit," and takes off and flies away. By the
Oh.
way,
Watch out for dragons.
There are probably some ponies on the road.
Don't eat them.
Oh, don't let it know.
We know where there's an orc you can eat.
There's an orc with a pink bow somewhere.
Nice guy.
I'm glad he left. And I'll yell up to the midwife. I think we were sent to bring you back to town.
bah, I stay here all the time.
The town needs you, and there's concerns about a dragon.
I'm not going to worry about it. I'll always have somebody come along and help me out.
They need you to make them some potions.
But the town needs you to help them prepare for when the dragon attacks.
Isn't there a woman that's having a baby too? If I-
No. This
I
is just the
remember correctly.
midwife. That's all. And there wasn't
Okay.
somebody having a baby.
Okay.
At least not that I saw yet.
No, I'm
Okay.
just
I,
not.
I thought someone had said that as well. That
Yeah.
there was someone who needed a midwife's services. I thought that's what someone told us, but I
Yeah.
could be wrong.
I'm misremembering. It's been 4 weeks.
Do a persuasion check. And if, somebody is a little muscular or something like that, maybe you can intimidate somebody into coming back to town. But that's just, rumors.
So my persuasion was not great. I rolled a 13.
That's pretty good. Better than average.
Better than my intimidation rolls lately.
She's yelling back, I'm not going anywhere.
I look over at the barbarian. Would you like to give it a try?
Well, first of all, how much damage did the Manticore do to the door?
Not much. He looks like he hadn't been there long.
So it's not actually damaged or broken at all?
No.
Dang.
Look, I know you're probably perfectly safe here and comfortable where you're at, but the livelihood of the town could depend on you being there, and I am sure that they would reward you accordingly. I don't know if that's going to help my shitty 13 of persuasion, but I tried it.
I'm persuaded.
Who else was trying to convince her to go to town? Was it Warrick?
Yeah, but I didn't roll very high.
And
I'll-
it looks
I'll
like
try and
Areks
intimidate.
too.
Well,
Okay.
are we trying to persuade or intimidate?
Whichever
I think we
works.
try to persuade.
I was trying to persuade.
I'll try and intimidate.
Okay.
Sure.
We try persuasion first, and
Natural one.
You did better with persuasion.
are you just gonna look at her? Come on, it's your job.
And he rolled a nat 20 according to D&D Beyond, so yeah.
She is persuaded by Koradis, but gives Alfie a dirty look like, think you can intimidate me?
Alfie tells her, "You owe us 2 gold for all the rations we gave away to get rid of your manticore.
I didn't tell you to do that.
You said,
Little
help
help?
me, help
I
me."
need some help here.
You could have killed it.
You didn't
right.
specify that when you called out for help.
Killing costs more.
Yeah,
didn't-
killing costs
That's
more.
6 silver. 6 gold.
Because you tried to intimidate me, you will get no help from me. But I will follow that big muscular barbarian all the way back to town.
He's a hunk.
All right, let's head back. I know we have 2 other jobs. Well, actually, we've got 2 other jobs to do. Do we want to let her find her own way back, or do we want to guide her back and then come back out?
Probably best to guide her back, considering that
There's orcs on the
she's
road.
so A, orcs, and B, she seems reluctant to actually be a midwife.
That
Alright.
seems true.
Okay, gather whatever you need here and we'll guide you back to town.
She grabs a backpack that she puts on, and she carries a small sack, like a medicine bag type of deal, that she carries with her. And she gets on a horse that she has in her stable and rides back with you.
So she's riding and we're walking. Got it.
Okay, Alfie. When we start out, Alfie gives Warrick 2 rations because she saw that she's given away a bunch of hers.
Thank
Okay.
you.
You guys make those adjustments, please. Okay, so it's been another 5 hours, roughly. And it's getting close to nighttime, and you're awfully hungry. And you are approaching town. Town is about 15 minutes away. What are you guys doing?
I'll buy a round of mead.
I'm
But the inn has some good food.
looking forward to a meal and a drink at the inn and a nice comfortable bed for tonight. So after we escort her into town, I will pop into the town mayor's office to let him know that the midwife has been safely returned and request our payment of 50 gold.
Are you also going to mention that we saw a manticore and 3 orcs?
Yeah, I'll tell him what happened with the orcs and the manticore. I'll go into all of that detail.
Okay. Are you splitting the money with anybody, or are you going to keep it all yourself like some of these other people have?
So, question about that. When the message said it was 50 gold, we didn't know if it was 50 gold a piece or 50 gold total.
I thought he said 50 gold total.
It is 50 gold total.
All right, so I will make sure that everyone gets their share of 10. So they all get 10 gold each. We all do.
Okay, so you guys can go ahead and up your coinage.
All right. So, and then we'll have to find a store the next day that we can sell the gems at. But since it's nighttime, or since it's almost evening, I'm guessing there isn't a place open we could stop.
Gems are
No,
useful.
most places have closed at dusk and stuff like that because, unsafe time.
Well,
You'll
and maybe
you're-
over
you're far.
dinner we want to look at these scrolls that were in the chest. We could look at them together.
Yeah.
While they're doing that, Warwick is going to talk to the innkeeper and do another performance at the inn to get a free night's lodging and food for tonight and tomorrow morning.
All right.
Should
You
I
are
do a
set
performance
up.
check to see how well I do?
Nope, you don't need to persuade him or anything like that. He's
Great.
more than willing to enjoy the entertainment for him and his customer.
And
I'm
Alfie
go-
will buy a round of mead for our
For the-
party.
That'll be
I'm gonna
5 silver for the round. That's a silver apiece.
I'm gonna pay for a room instead of sleeping in the barn.
Okay, that'll be okay. Room is 5 silver.
Okay.
Where's the money again?
It's under inventory.
In inventory, yeah.
In the upper right hand corner, there's a bar that shows how much you have.
Were you able to find it?
Yeah, I just trying to figure out how to add. It's 10 gold, right?
Yes.
Yep.
There should be something with a little up and down arrow that's, or, well, you can type it in.
Plus and minus, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, that thing.
Aha.
And
the
then you said
chickens
a
can't get
room
in.
was 6 gold or 6
5
silver? 5 silver.
5
Okay.
silver. 5 silver.
How about the meal?
The meal comes with the room.
Okay.
So it's 5 silver for a meal and a room.
I'm gonna buy a round too.
Then you deduct a total of 10 silver from yours for your room plus the mead.
Okay, so another 5. So I already did the
I will, of course, pay for a meal and a room, so I'll take 5 silver off.
I have never had this much money in my
So
life.
yeah, how much is a meal?
A meal and
included
a
with the
room is
room.
5 silver. It comes with the room.
How much is it without the room?
It's 1 silver.
Okay, so Alfie says to Aldia, what about I give you a silver and sleep on the floor of your room?
That's fine with me.
And then so she'll do that and she'll buy a meal for a silver.
So I'm drinking a lot. Getting a little bit buzzed here.
This is gonna end well.
We're safe. We're in a
It'll end
place
in
to
fire
stay.
and chickens.
No kidding.
Yeah,
You're on your own
I'm
this
gonna-
time if you get involved with chickens again.
I'm going to ask them if they have roast chicken for the meal.
I
They
think
say
it was
no.
turkey legs.
We do have a nice warthog tonight for dinner.
Yeah, I'd really like to have chicken, but yeah, warthog's fine.
Nice mutton where the mutton is nice and lean.
Someone's quoting Princess Bride.
Okay, so what are you guys doing before you retire or anything like that?
Can we check out the scrolls?
Yeah, let's
Yes.
sit around a table and check out the scrolls.
Actually, do we want to do that downstairs or do we want to do that like up in somebody's room?
Actually, that's a good
Probably
idea.
somebody's room.
Yeah, so we'll go use my room and we can sit around and check out the loot.
Warwick is probably still doing his performance in the inn. So while you're doing that.
Oh, we could wait until work's finished.
Oh, okay. If that's okay.
Yeah, because it's gonna take us time to eat and have a beverage and relax a bit before we go up to do that anyway.
And have another beverage. And another beverage.
Yeah, I'll carry your dinner upstairs.
Okay, so we get to the point where you've enjoyed the show. You can add 15 silver to your purse for as payment for a graciously lovely show.
Nice, Warwick.
He plays his bagpipes and his pan flute, and he does a little bit of dancing while he's doing it, a little river dancing. He's got hooves, so
All right, now you're dividing up, you're looking at the scrolls. The first one that you see seems to have some kind of a song written on
Interesting.
What
Warwick, I
language?
think this is for you.
Do they have titles or?
it. No, nothing is titled that you can read because they're all in Orcish. The titles are in Orcish and the rest is in Common. Kind of like they didn't want people to know what it was, but they wanted to have it, I don't know. It's hard to explain. Orcs
Well-
are not exactly the brightest individual.
Okay, so we can't read the title, but we can read that it's a song. I would guess it
Yes.
would go to Warwick.
ooh.
Because apparently everyone needs an orc lullaby in their repertoire.
Yeah, I'm
we
sure
really-
it's like "Sweet Baby of Mine, Grow Up to Murder." Is there some place in town that I could go to get it translated or anything? What would I do with this scroll?
You can basically learn it, and it might even be like maybe a level 2 bard spell.
Ah,
Oh.
this I like.
It probably would just cast the spell if you read it. And then it would disappear.
Oh, okay. So I could.
That's
It
the
would
way-
just be a use it once.
That's the way scrolls normally work.
Thank you.
But it might be something like a wizard thing where you could add it to your spell book if you're a wizard.
What was your intent on the scroll, Mr. DM?
It's an easy way to get you guys your level 2 actions or scrolls for combat, whatever, healing.
Okay, cool. So
Every-
it's for flavor.
It's for flavor.
Nice.
Okay. Thank you.
Nice. I'll keep
So
that in mind as I'm
basically-
choosing my monk ability.
So it's a
So-
skill boost. Then.
So
Yes, it's
basically, it's how we level to level 2 is based on the scrolls.
Exactly.
Is there anything that looks like it's a sorcerer?
Yes, there's one for each of you.
mind? Okay.
Make it easy.
All right, so I will make sure that everyone has their respective scroll, which we can all study and use tonight while we sleep. We also have the cloak and the short sword. I guess I'm going to try to identify or investigate maybe what they are.
Okay. Do an investigation check for the cloak first.
16.
Okay. So basically, you're looking at the cloak. It's made out of really fine and soft material. You figured you'd try it on to see where it happened, and everybody noticed you vanished as soon as you put it on.
Ooh.
It's a precious cloak.
A cloak
It's
of
just-
invisibility?
It's disintegrated her. Oh no.
Oh, this
Okay.
could totally come in handy.
Too bad we don't have a rogue in the party.
Yeah.
All right, that's
I can find a use for that.
Yeah, bards can do things like that sometimes.
Yeah, I have also sort of minored in rogue. My sleight of hand and my stealth is
Yeah.
really high.
Shall we roll?
Nope.
I think we keep it as this belongs to the party item, and then we just use it when we need to. How's that sound?
Sounds
All
good.
right, but wouldn't you
Sounds
need to
good.
have it in your inventory before, like, if we're in combat, that won't be useful. But
Well, would you use a cloak of invisibility in combat though, or would you use it to sneak around somewhere?
Actually, for the bard, it could be useful in combat because some of your spells are touch spells, right?
Mhm.
So then you could, if you had the cloak of invisibility, you could get close to just about anybody.
Well, it's whoever wants to be the sneaky person.
Can you hear
I
me in
don't-
Discord, Kojak?
I don't particularly.
We can't
want to
hear you
be the
either.
Oh no.
No, we can't hear you in Discord, so I think it's your Discord connection that's now fluey. All right, he's gonna have to sort that out because he could hear my conversation outside of Discord because we're in the same room, but not through Discord. So he's trying to sort that
Oh
out.
no. I sense a restart.
Yeah, I've found that I have to restart Discord quite often. I don't know why it stops working, but it does.
Maybe check
Well-
to see if there's an update available to upgrade it or something, or update it.
It used to randomly do that to me as well, and I
Yeah.
would just have to like kick out and start it back up again. Hasn't done that for a while though.
Well, you guys
Oh.
are deciding that. Go ahead and do an investigation check against the sword.
Am I back?
Yes.
You're back.
Yes,
All
you're
right.
back. And as to investigation for the sword, I know it's a sword.
Yeah, I rolled a 13. No, it's intimidation. I intimidated the sword.
Yay.
ro-
18 minus
rolled
1
a
is
crit.
17.
I know it's a sword.
It was only for the person that was actually investigating it, which was Kinney, as far as I know.
Oops.
Okay.
So I'll say, well, it's a sword, but I don't know if it has any value or anything like that, if any of you want to look at it. And I put it down on the table so that whoever wants to look at it can pick it up.
Can our barbarian use a sword like that? Oh, actually, a monk might be able to.
I can also use it too.
No,
I do believe
I'm
that
a monk. I
your-
don't use
your-
a sword.
Short sword. It's a short sword, not a regular one,
Yeah.
right?
the barbarian would be like, my pinky is bigger than the sword.
So it's a dagger for a barbarian.
Yeah, so
Pretty much.
short swords do qualify as simple weapons, so they could be used by a monk if you wanted to swap out your staff. But I don't even know what the sword does other than the fact that you can poke things with it because I failed to investigate appropriately.
I have no use
You
for a
noticed
sword.
that it did slice your finger, and you took 1 point of damage.
Ouch.
It's sharp. We figured that out.
Evidently, that's all I know. If anyone else wants to take a look at it.
All I got was a 5, but I'd still take it, even if it's just a short sword, because it's probably better than the rapier that I've got currently.
Anybody else want to
Is it-
investigate?
Does it look particularly high quality or anything?
Roll a perception check.
$11.
You perceive that the metal that makes up this sword is a lot stronger than anything you have recently owned, like a dagger or anything like that. But you know it's a tough sword that's made well.
Okay. If I had to guess, I would guess that it's a +1 sword of some sort. But that's a guess. And I have no use for a sword.
That's what Barb would guess too, but Alfie, she's not really a sword kind of girl.
But yeah, the monk can use it, the bard can use it, and the barbarian can use it for sure.
I
Oh, as
believe
well as
I
the
can
cleric.
use it as well. I'm checking.
Yeah, you can.
The barbarian can
Right.
use it as a toothpick.
Right. Clerics
Right.
can use sharpened edged weapons. I didn't know they could do that in this game. Or,
Yeah, I think they can. They can use simple weapons, it's called.
It depends on your proficiency. They can use, some of them will have a, like in the case of the proficiencies that I took the ones that allow heavy weaponry. Or sorry, heavy armor and something else. Let me check.
Okay, then you can use what's it called? Not melee weapons, but martial
Yeah,
weapons.
so I've got heavy armor and proficiency and martial weapons proficiency because of my cleric domain. So I could use it.
Yep.
But I don't know what it is other than a short sword.
Yeah. It's a question of whether you want to use it.
Does anybody else want to try to identify the sword?
No, Alfie's just not. As soon as it's a sharp weapon, Alfie's just not that interested.
So it'll be an investigation roll.
Yeah.
All right. I'll say, let me see it for a second. It's a sword.
Wow, look at these
Wow.
rolls, you guys.
We're
You know
tired
what?
early from the road.
Wow, I have a -1 to my roll, and the roll I made that wasn't really supposed to be a roll is better than everybody else's.
I definitely need to get the identify spell. Or somebody needs to get it.
You know what? We're all tired. It's been a long day. I'm just gonna put the sword back in my pack and we'll figure it out one day in the future. Or sell it somewhere.
I'll be right back.
Maybe someone could we could take it to a sword maker in town and tomorrow and just get them to let us know what it is.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a blacksmith or something in town.
That's a great idea. We'll take it and have someone take a look at it for us tomorrow.
So it's 5:30 Central Time. I don't know how long you want to go.
We're actually getting ready to stop now. So go ahead and put everyone down as a long rest now. And
Woohoo!
go ahead and refuel your hit points and stuff like that. You can go ahead and pick your level 2 spells so that when you come back, you all level 2 and you have everything that you need. And then we can wrap everything up.
Nice.
Sweet, thank you. I
Nice.
like the scrolls. That was a nice idea.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
scrolls was a nice
Yeah,
way
it's
of
cool.
getting us to the next level. I like that.
I also like that we were able to give the manticore food and not have to fight it.
Yeah. It
That
probably
was
would have
only
killed.
the actual only thing in the entire module so far that we've actually used that was in the module saying that you could negotiate with the manticore.
Oh, that's funny.
Everything else we've just sort of made up as we've gone along.
Except for the random encounter. Yeah, it was a die roll, and that's what happened. So I played it that way.
Yeah,
No.
manticores are really tough. It probably would have killed us if we'd fought it. At level
It was
1.
tough, yeah.
No, it was nice to get in a little bit of combat. Figure out a little bit about what our characters can do. We got some loot out of it. Not that I know what the sword is yet. And now we get to level. So that was nice. That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're
And we
going to
got to
level.
find out that Keeney is never allowed to use the cloak of invisibility because since she can wear heavy armor, she just go clang 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 invisibly.
Yeah, it's not gonna work for me. We just need to figure out whether Warrick or Alfie is going to be our stealthy, sneaky, peek at things person.
So Ken, we're going to level up every session. Is that how it's going to work?
I don't
No.
think that's how it's gonna work.
A lot of these things, like this particular quest that you started out with, recommends that you boost the player's level to level 2 if they decide to fight the manticore. So I've had you level up before you did that particular quest, which would have had you level at the end of it.
Yeah.
And I did it after your orc fight first. So I had to get that in there just to give you, get seasoned a little.
I think being smart enough not to fight the manticore makes us should give us just as much points for leveling for being smarter.
I hope you all had fun today.
Oh, this
Yeah,
is
this is
great.
great. This is good.
Thank
Thank
you.
No, this was a
We
lot
didn't
of
light
fun.
on fire or nothing.
Yeah,
We're
we didn't.
going to be interested
No
tomorrow
deep
in
fried
finding
chickens.
out if the horses made their way home. They probably should. Wouldn't they just head for home once they got free and be like, yeah,
Yours
forget
was
you.
already home when it ran away.
Great. They just beelined right there. That makes sense.
So, if I may, a question about the sheet. Are when figuring out the HP for the next level.
It should automatically update to your
Okay,
next
so
one, I
we're
believe.
gonna do it that way. Okay.
Yeah, I think make sure your character sheet is set to do the under the home setting on the character sheet. There should be an option to pick that says hit point type, and it can be fixed or die roll. I think we all agreed on doing fixed.
Yeah, I prefer that.
Yeah, it's simpler.
Okay. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, so
Fixed.
it should automatically adjust when you
Okay.
do your level up.
Sounds good.
And this gives us until the next time we meet to do the level, make sure we've got the spells that we want. Perfect.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun.
Excellent. I'm going to do my leveling right now before I forget.
And just remember, we will be starting our next session on the 25th of February.
Yep.
Excellent.
I'm excited to only have it be 2 weeks. Yay.
I have an idea for Warrick's performances too.
Oh, what's that?
If you can get the sorcerer to cast prestidigitation to create a light in his mouth, and then dim the lights, so you could have like him singing, but just have like only be able to see the mouth.
Well, he can already do minor illusion, and also I have hold on. I have
Yeah, I can.
thaumaturgy as a tiefling as well, which can do stuff.
Yeah, and
for his
I
performance.
can, with prestidigitation, I think I can make things like sparks come off your fingers from your instrument and things like that.
Oh, I would like that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying there are things we can do that will, if there's like special performances we have to do, we can like work as a team to make them, to wow the audience effectively.
Yep.
I would very much like that. With my minor illusion, I can either make something visual or make a sound. So if you guys can make something sparkly for the audience to look at, I can use the sound to make like a drum beat behind me or some other, add to my musical performance. So
Yeah.
that would be cool. I'd like that very much.
It says you create an instantaneous, harmless sensory effect, such as a shower of sparks, a puff of wind, a faint musical notes, or an odd color. So I can do that.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
And if you guys all want to know what's going on in the AIE podcast, Gusty is going to be mentioning us. I can tell. I can feel it in her voice.
Oh yeah. Because Makala always gives a rundown on her multiple campaigns at the beginning, and it's
Yes.
so fun hearing her stuff.
When is the podcast?
Tomorrow night at 8.
Okay.
Nice. Please say hello to Makala for me.
I shall do that. And
That
what
was
name?
the campaign that my bard was in.
Oh, that's awesome. So what is your bard's name again? I want to write it down.
Folly Rhyme Grinder.
Oh, that's right, Folly.
And wish me luck. I'm DMing my campaign tomorrow.
Ooh, what campaign are you doing tomorrow?
It's what started off as a Lost Mine of Fendelver, but it's now kind of
Oh, you've started a second campaign, right?
Well, we just continued it on.
Oh, so you're an ongoing campaign like ours is.
Right. They're right now they're in Waterdeep.
And you said you're DMing this one, right?
Yep. And they have a side quest they're trying to do.
Nice. Have fun.
I've been in 2 at least one shots that DP has DM'd, and they are wonderful. He's a really fantastic DM.
I've been in
thank you.
one shot with DP as DM and one with Mem as DM.
Oh, did you do Mem's first one for the last Summer of Love with the?
Yeah, that's the one. I did
Okay, yep, I was in that.
Yeah, Mem is really good.
It was a tight squeeze at the end there. We were in real trouble. Everybody was out of spell slots and down to really low health, and then we pulled it out. Yeah.
That's the way it's supposed to be. Yeah, I hope we do another WinterCon because I want to do another one.
It's a little late for WinterCon, but yes, I believe I have you already signed up. I've got 4 people. This was like back in September, I think I asked. And several people said that they would for the next one. We didn't even mention it at the last night's officer meeting, but likely I would guess, since we haven't assigned a date for it, we're looking at March or April. But we
Right.
will definitely be doing something. It just won't be WinterCon.
Yes.
Yeah,
Spring break-a-con.
yeah, it's been
Yeah.
sort of moved to like a spring thing, which is what happened last year as well. Probably endish of March. I was sort of waiting on information about another potential streaming weekend that an officer was talking about running, which not sure if that's actually happening because I didn't want them to be close together on time frames.
Yeah, 'cause
But yeah, probably endish of March.
So, let those ideas percolate on what you might want to do.
Yeah, I want to do a homebrewed one where everyone plays a pixie. I think that would
Oh,
be
I
fun.
love that. I have no idea what pixies do.
They're kind of like fairies, fake creatures. They're a little bit they're gooder, I think, than fairies.
So we'd all be small, so tiny, small.
Tiny, yeah, and you get to fly. I
I saw
actually homebrewed a pixie race that people can use.
I saw a couple ideas online. One was a race or a one shot where only the DM has your character sheets, and you have to kind of like discover who you are by clues that the DM drops. Like, okay, you roll a 1, so +1 for wisdom, so you know what your wisdom is about, or stuff like well, we don't get Dragonborn here much. I'm Dragonborn? And then another one is one where everybody rolls a druid with a animal companion and then levels them up a little bit. Then all the druids get kidnapped and you have to rescue your druids as the animal companion.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
You should do that one for our next thing.
Yeah. Who are you saying you?
Well, since you're already committed and you've got your
Yeah.
your little sprites, guys, I'm talking to Elkarth.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't DM.
All right.
You could start. I'm sure you'd be excellent at it.
I've already told Duskmire that there's they've got to DM for the next one. So if he doesn't want to come up with something, I can suggest that. But he's a devious little monster, and I'm so proud of him. But yeah, so we have many things to think about. But however, he has said that he won't be doing any more D&D campaigns, but he's learning Pathfinder.
I mean, he could do a Pathfinder session for the AIE con and teach people that. That works.
Yeah, I mean it's close enough that I think people could do it. Or if I'll take a look at it, and since I'm barely comprehending D&D, if I have difficulty with it, I'll say please just do it in D&D for me because this is your mom asking. So he'd
I
probably.
would love
Does
to have
GURPS still exist?
Oh yeah. Things never go away. But I would really love to have someone do a Spelljammer campaign. That sounds like a lot of fun. But that's D&D.
I have another question about bards and inspiration. So, how long do they last until you use them?
I think they can last until a long rest. So
Okay,
you would have.
That's what I thought.
It's like I get to do 3 times a day, and it just gives you an extra roll anytime Yeah, and you add stuff to your roll.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've
yeah,
just never carried it over to like another. No, when I gave other people bardic inspiration, nobody ever carried it long enough for me
Yeah.
to actually have this question.
Well, I especially want to give it to people if anything, if as soon as we see anything dangerous. I probably should do it in the beginning of the day.
Does
When I get higher level, there is another thing that I can give like first thing in the morning, and that I'll be doing if we get that far.
All I know is I hope we get to level 9 because then I can walk on walls and across water and dope monk shit like that.
That
Yeah,
sounds pretty cool.
I really wanted to get to level 3 so I can start doing meta magic.
Yeah, it really starts getting fun at 3, and then by 5, it's like, yeah, then you really
Yeah.
feel like a character.
In mine, level 6 is a good break point with the mind aberrant mind sork.
Want to see what you can do.
Trying to decide what I want for my next spell for the level up. I get one more spell.
Yeah, what do I get at level 6?
Well, I'm going to scoot because I think I had said I was going to do the drunken dragon riding at 7, so I need to go figure out a path where we're going to fly.
Are you going to stream it by any chance?
I certainly can.
Because I might want to take a look at it.
All right, well, everybody, have a great evening. It was a ton of fun, Ken. Thank you for DMing. Thank you,
you so
everyone,
much.
for
Thank you.
playing.
Yep.
This is really fun so far. I'm enjoying it very much.
Looking
Yeah,
forward to
I
what
think I don't get
what
any
comes up.
spells right. Got key points for the first time.
Yeah,
Level 2.
monks get keys.
I think that's my thing.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you guys all have an enjoyable weekend.
You as well.
Awesome. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Later.
See you soon.
You're gonna love that higher level monk things. You get like 5 attacks.
Yeah, I am looking forward to that. Already I have an extra. I think I have another extra attack I can do, so I can get up to 3. Yeah, with the key point, I can get up to 3.
And then you'll get stunning strike.
And then there's some
which-
movement stuff I get too.
Yeah. Yeah, 45 feet of movement. Yeah, you're gonna enjoy it. I have a monk. I have a level 12 monk that I played with.
Nice.
Yeah, this is good. Thanks a lot,
All
Ken.
right, take care, everybody.
Doodles.
Have a great evening. See y'all next week, or 2 weeks.
Yay, so close. I won't have
Sorry, Gusty, I didn't mean to dump out as you were leaving.
Oh no, that's fine.
I heard you say something, but I already clicked the button. I'm like, I should see what Gusty said, so she doesn't think I didn't hear her.
Oh no, I just was saying I need to go because the event I'm supposed to lead is starting in like 15 minutes and I haven't picked a location yet. But I'll see you at Newbury tonight. Yay!
Yep, see you at Newbury. Have a great evening.
You too.
All right, so thank you everyone who watched this evening or this afternoon. My next live stream will be later tonight in World of Warcraft as we do a little bit of New Braid, but in 2 weeks, time for some more D&D. Have a great night. Take care.